Nice to meet you, everyone. So, I am Cho, right? And there is the FDM over here. So, today it is January 7th. And, this is the charger build. If you guys follow me on TikTok, you guys know that I'm going to be RB swapping that charger. I'm a little bit delayed on that video, though, so I apologize for that. So this is what we're working on today. So, this is my primary drift car. Her name is the FDM. So if you want to know what the FDM stands for, that is Freedom Drift Machine. Oh, and then there's my last name over there. So, tonight I am going to be taking the front bumper off and also be taking all the rack and pinion out because the rack and pinion on the driver's side was damaged last year when I was at Rockford Speedway. Also, I'm going to have some friends over to help me out. We're going to be finally covering this up. I haven't covered this up, and you could tell that, oh man, my poor firewall, the rust. So we're going to take care of all this as much as we can. And hopefully by the end of tonight, those whole thing should be taken apart and obviously getting ready to put together. We're going to be doing some slight modifications. We'll be getting a bigger catch can. So I'm going to be designing a bigger catch can for this thing because it's too small for the RB. So we're going to probably put it around this vicinity. So I'm going to try to reuse this vicinity as much as I can, right? And from there, let's see, what else do I need? I don't think I really need anything else. So right now, my friends won't be here for about a couple hours, and I need to start measuring, and actually, I need to go and get the materials because the store closed early because, obviously, of the pandemic still of COVID. So we're going to be making sure that I get all the materials. I need to hurry up because I talk too much. So, all right. Measuring tape. Where's the measuring tape? Okay. Myself a measuring tape. Man, I really need to clean this shop. It's so dirty. Oh my goodness. So if we see right here, 39.5 inches. I need something about 39.5 inches long, right? And if I could just hold on, give me 1 second. Oy! Let's say from the very top of the car, I would say that is a little bit before 41 inches. Okay, and obviously we need to measure. I need to measure out that. We're looking at right there. I am so sorry. You can't even see that. 29. Same thing, so 29. And the highest that we're going to be using here is about 13. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all, Hold on, let me just undo this. All right. Back into the toolbox. All right, that's good. Okay, so that's all we need. So let's start heading out and get the materials. Embarrassing because it's my first video for 2021, and the whole shop's just all over the place. There's a whole oil spill down here. Someone could slip, but yeah, no. If you guys are following up a quick charger update, we got the whole pistons assembly out. And everything looking pretty good. I still gotta take the crank out, and if you're a reason why it's not out yet, it's because someone forgot their impact, and this bolt is so strong I can't even take it out. So gonna have to go get my impact from a friend of mine's because I left it there because I'm too comfortable leaving things around. But no, like I said, let's get going. Okay. Let's get going. Dude, I'm honestly really excited for this season though. Like there's so much happening, and then we just want to get everything done so I can not miss out on the season. But man. Damn, I'm kinda thirsty though, I ain't gonna lie. Good thing I always carry Pepsi with me. Woo! That's so good! Let's go! All right, Menards. Oh, time to put the mask on. Let's go. Hello, Menards. Let's go. If I remember where they're at, they should be in the far section here. I don't shop at Menards often. I'm more of a Home Depot type of guy. All right. But Menards is really nice. I really love the ceiling and the lighting. It's perfect where I need it for. Okay, it should be in the back right there. That's where I'm thinking right here. So we found the plexiglass here, and wow, they're a lot more expensive than I remembered. So hopefully we don't need too big of a unit. Right now, I found the 2 panels I need for the car, but the problem is somebody mixed up all these panels in the rack, so they're all over the place. So a good customer here, a good worker, he's helping me out find one more, because I need one more of the smaller panels. So we're all set. We're in budget too. That is awesome. It's always great to be in budget. You know, they're not the most nicest material to use to make windows, but hey, what it is. Okay, when the drift car gets smashed, it's like less pickup to worry about, you know? Oh, good old Chevys. Chevy. All right, how am I gonna put this in there? Try to fit it in the... Oh, no. Try to fit that in the cab. Didn't work out. All right, you guys get in there nice and easy. Woo! And nice and close. And we're done. All right, let's go put this thing back. And we'll be on our way. Front end, we're gonna start taking this bumper off and start taking apart the lower front end. Like, very, very useful, honestly. Like, I mean, this whole bumper is hold on zip ties just like everybody else. You know, wow, we put a lot actually here. Okay, that one's there. Now we go try this side. It's good. You know what? Here, I'm gonna go this way. Okay, that's gone. Okay, that's gone. Oh. Okay, that's gone. I don't think there's really anything else holding this thing other than we just pull it and then what else is holding? Oh, this bottom right here. Okay, that fell. And then wiring popped out, no problem. That is perfect. Alright, so now we got the bumper off. We just need to start taking the intercooler. That's when we start taking off. So first thing here, we need to take the intercooler off. And the first thing that we're changing out is that, so you guys all noticed that, why do you have all these different AN fittings when you could just get an adapter piece? Which actually, if you look right here, that's the reason why, at the time, I had to do that because no one was selling these. So I had to order one in. Got one in. I got 2 for both sides, right? Gonna come over here and do that. Obviously, this thing is mounted by zip ties, by the way. Like, this actually started leaking a lot. That's why you can see all the blue on this intercooler. All the hot oil was removing paint off of this fitting, and it was sliding it right here. So, you know, the car ran great, even though losing some oil here and there, but the car itself ran great. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna take this intercooler off and, you know, still have this on. I'm not fully taking it off just yet because my welder's not here, so I have to go get my welder from my friend's house and weld a bracket, right? The first thing we do is take this off, right? And then we're gonna start getting ready to take off the rack and pinion. Sometimes it sucks when you don't have power tools with you. When you leave all your power tools at someone else's house. Oops. So all you're working with is medieval technology right here. Bro, look at this. An extension. Like, I need to go and get some actual tools, man. Like, I lose so many tools. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at all that oil. Oh, look at all that oil. Woo! Oh my goodness. Yes, can you guys believe that? This thing was holding on by zip ties. Look at all that, dude. Look at all that oil, man. That's where it was leaking from. It was leaking right there. And look at all that oil. And no brackets. Zip ties, my man. Oh, we got a little oil, a little oil there. Not too much, not too much. But yeah, dude, this bracket right here, fantastic that my buddy Coda built. dude, it's awesome, you know? Okay, so now, what we gotta do next here is, once we get disconnected, so this is where we're gonna have to mount new mounting points for the oil cooler. And actually, I was even thinking about putting a power steering oil cooler right here, depending how much time I have. So that'll be really good to do as well, you know? And, all right, look at that, dudes. All right, cool. So now, next, got that room, so we're gonna start taking care of that right now. This is the proper adapter from a 10 AN to an 8, which obviously I had to use many adapters to get this thing. So we got these two loose, right? So what we're gonna do is change this, get rid of all this, and make it nice and simple here. Same thing to here to here. This one's not too bad, but it's just unnecessarily tall. So we're gonna get that taken care of. Like that's boom, straight to there. And now we're gonna do the same thing to here. So, but I got some brake clean here. We're gonna clean this up a little bit because it's so dirty. I'm just gonna clean it up. There you go. Look how much cleaner that is. All right, now we're gonna do this side. I mean, look at that. Look how much more cleaner that was. I mean, we removed so much unnecessary components. Boom, look at that. Like, that's so beautiful right there. Yes, I know it's still zip tied together, but that's just for now. I will be putting an actual bracket for it, but I'll be honest with you, these zip ties, pretty good. Like, if you hold it right there, like, it's pretty solid, but I will be putting an actual bracket right between here, so that thing will be nice and solid out. So, but dude, look at that. That is beautiful. So, the next thing is to take the racket pinion, and I know for sure the driver's side is really messed up because it stopped counter steering. So we're gonna take this wheel off, and don't mind the primitive technology. I left all my power tools at my friend's house. So we gotta get this stuff done anyways. I'm actually really curious to see at the rack and see how bad it is. Let's take a look. Well, as you can see here, this is where the accident side happened. You can see it kinked right there, right? So when I turn the wheel, I hear like a clinking sound. So I wonder, the rack has to be damaged, man. It has to be 100% damaged. So I'm gonna take these apart and start taking a look. Oh, it has to be damaged. I'm so curious. The sit wrap, I checked the rack and pinion. The rack and pinion is just fine. Like, there's no damages, there's no benting, right? And I remember when we're at the track, my buddy Bob, he gave me some of these adjustable tensioner arms. And so if you look right here, right, this is the OEM one right here. So I was not counter steering at all. Like, this car was not counter steering. So we thought that, so a buddy of mine thought that I had an S14 tie rod, tension rod, right? Because the S14 is apparently longer, as he was telling me. So we got these little adjustable tension rods. We put them up. We put them as far as we could, and the car started binding on this side, like, really hard. So I'm checking this rack and pinion, and it's just fine. Like, I don't hear a leak. I mean, I don't see any, like, damages on the teeth at all. Like, I'm trying to like, hold on, get this thing. I don't see any damages on the teeth at all. Like, genuinely puzzled. And I checked the coilover before. I remember before we put this car back together after Rockford, after my accident, I checked the coilover straight. The crash at Rockford, obviously I crashed facing this way. The frame is kinked a little bit, so it pushed in. So between here and here is about an inch, so it's an inch or closer. So yes, it just changed a little bit, but shouldn't change that much. I'm sitting here, and I'm like trying to figure out why. I mean, it would not counter steer at all. Like I remember when we had my original setup, I didn't learn about offset, so I had this coilover straight, right? And this thing would not counter steer. I remember I was in a big struggle until my buddy Coda, he drove the car. I'm like, dude, this car's not counter steering. So we pushed the, we got the adapter plates, we pushed the coilover back like it is now, and it counter steered perfectly. Now it's not counter steering at all. I noticed that this collar was loose, right? So that plays a big role. But I swear to you, I tightened that at the track and still nothing happened. I measured this out and I found out that if you look over here, this is my stock tension rod, and I replaced it because it's broken. You see, it's cracked. And I measured it between that one. They're exactly identical. So that's an S13 tension rod. That's supposed to be there. So I'm sitting here. I'm like, then what would be the problem? Right? I mean, the only thing I can think of is differently is that I welded that new this new tie rod piece. It's not perfectly, straight. It's a little bit off. Like, you see, it's a little bowed. But I'm thinking to myself, I mean, there's no way that would have caused that to not countersteer. I mean, this car does not countersteer on the driver's side at all. Like, all my buddies who drove my car, they all said the same thing. This car doesn't countersteer. So I'm saying, I mean, yes, I know the car is damaged and it's going to have some difficulties. But there should be some kind of correlation. I remember I heard a clunking sound a lot. I'm thinking so maybe a ball joint went bad. Like, ball joint's brand new. Like, ball joint's just fine. Like, I'm trying to find something here, and I'm just so puzzled. Man, I mean, I had power steering leak here a little bit, but the car still counter-steered on the passenger side. So I'm just thinking here, like, man, the only thing I can think of is that this was more out this way. Is it possible that since it's pushed in, I mean, that means this would be pulled further, so that would give it more offset. Right? Not more offset, more, should give it more, right? I'm sitting here. Ah, oh, man. I am puzzled a lot. I'm generally puzzled. So I'm trying to think. I mean, this thing is. I mean, this got a lot. It's pretty. I mean, not aggressive, but it's there. Like, if you look over here, right? Like the caster. I mean, this caster is a lot more aggressive, right? As I'm looking at, it's a lot more aggressive. Right? And you come over here, I mean, this could go a little bit further back, maybe? Just a little bit, right? I could see that since it's pushed in, maybe this doesn't have enough caster anymore, right? I mean, it's still there. You still physically see the caster, but maybe it's just not. I mean, 1 second here. Yeah, this has more caster. 100% it has more caster than this. So this has less caster, so that makes a huge difference, In a weird way, I'm glad the rack and pinion's okay. I saved some money. Like, I heard it's hard to get rack and pinions for S13s nowadays, which sucks because it's like, in drifting, like, it's really important to have a good rack and pinion. So, but that's really good that seems like for now the rack and pinion is just fine. I mean, it's not leaking, it's not bent. I thought it was gonna be bent because when I drove, and it binded up really, really hard when I drove. So I'm really glad that's not the case here. So that's a win-win on that situation. Fittings came in, which is great. So we're gonna be modifying a oil pan here. So if you guys know, I have a higher pressure oil pump on my car, right? And that's what's on there right now. And I'm going to be putting a catch can system that's going to be draining back into the car. So I originally have on that oil pan, I have a fitting for the head drain, and I have another fitting for the catch can drain. So if you guys are wondering why do I need a catch can drain, it's very, very simple. I'm going to explain to you why. Right? The RBs just love high oil pressure. The bad part about it is that obviously oil gets picked up here and it gets sent into the catch can. So what happened is the reason why I say this catch can is too small is because when I'm going lap after lap, there's so much oil being put in there, it's actually being sucked into the intake, and my intake is just the oil be dripping off the filter. So I mean, I'm telling you, I pull this hose and it just oil just be like a lot. There's a lot of oil. I have a higher pressure oil pump. If you have a stock RB25 pump, you won't have a crazy extreme like mine is, but I mean, this is a Series 1 RB where it needed the crank color. So I bought this really expensive higher pressure oil pump because originally this build was supposed to be like a 500 horsepower build, right? But I'm tuning it down because I like 350, 300. That's what I like. I don't need to go crazy fast, right? I'm doing grassroots. It's not that big of a deal. But I bought the higher pressure while I'm using it. And obviously with higher pressure oil pump, it flows high pressure oil everywhere. So I'm going to be making a bigger catch can where I'm going to utilize this space here, right? Utilizing this space, and I know most people, they build a catch can back here, but I like to have it a little bit front up here because I could redirect it underneath where the oil pan is. It'd be a lot more, and plus, it would be really nice to make a nice custom one here. So we're not making anything too big. I would say, something a little bit this size, maybe just a little bit tad bigger, right? Just maybe a little tad bigger, right? I don't know. I do know they make versions for oil catch cans in here too as well. But we'll see. So, but originally I was just gonna make a catch can, right? Where these guys will be plugged into here on the sides. We have, obviously, where the vacuum gets pulled by the intake, well, at the top. And then this has a drain on the bottom, but on the bottom will have an AN fitting going straight down there and getting recirculated. So oil never leaves this engine. I want to put a filter between the catch can and the drain. So, like, obviously, any debris that gets picked up or anywhere, it gets cycled out. So, but that is the plan I'm gonna try to do. So, but I mean, I'm really satisfied with this with the fittings for the oil cooler. That is perfect. That's awesome. Like I said, I'll get an actual mount for it, right? I'll weld the mount up when I get my welder later next week. So, but I'm semi-glad that I don't have to take the rack and pinion up. But at the same time, now I gotta play this ball where, I need to figure out what is causing that to not countersteer. Obviously, it seems like to me the tension rod is just pushed out where the caster is just not enough. It's not equal. The caster's not equal. So obviously one side is greater than the other, and one's gonna be more reactive than the other. I mean, when we're driving, this thing would not countersteer at all. Like it just wouldn't do it. So you could tell right away something was wrong. Everyone knew something was wrong. But other than that, the car itself has been great. So tonight, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Unfortunately, my friends didn't show up because they had change of plans. Something happened, right? I'm like, everything's good. But I got the sheets here, right? Super excited to actually start making windows for it. And I got a really good price on those. I mean, I'm happy with that. I didn't pay a crazy price on that. But other than that, like, I'm pretty satisfied so far. So I'm going to close off tonight. I'm probably just going to mock up a small catch can, idea drawing. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. And I'm just waiting on a few more fittings because this fitting right here for the power steering right here, it leaks because it's completely the wrong fitting. And if you must know, I try to get away with stuff as much as I can, right? So this is a kind of like a budget style build, which I like. It's convenient. It's great. I don't have to I don't buy anything crazy other than some fittings on it. But other than that, we're pretty good. We're going to close off for tonight. Bam, I'll be honest with you, it's kind of cool seeing you a little bit gutted. It really feels like a race car. I ain't gonna lie to you. It really does feel like a race car. But in any case, let me guys give you a quick update on the charger. So, I do actually have a video being made at the moment that, I've been showing the teardown and everything. But I just been super lazy of editing because I've been having a lot of editing problems with my computer, right? But I'm gonna give you the logistics here. So if you come right here, these are all the pistons that came out of that RB, right there. And all these pistons look immaculate. They look great. They're perfect for the build, right? If you look over here, like I said, I don't have my impact with me, and I couldn't take this bolt out, which I can't tell if it's a Series 1 or 2. I want to know if it's a Series 1 or 2. You can tell if it's a Series 2 if it has a crank collar. I know some early series might have a crank collar, but usually if it has a crank collar, you're good. I mean, honestly, like, the cams themselves look shiny. Not the cam, the crank looks freaking immaculate. This block looks immaculate. I mean, other than, don't look at this. This is not my doing. That's somebody else's, right? But it is immaculate. This thing is ready to be tear down and be built just like the FDM. So, we're going to still keep the stock internals. We're just going to put, like, ARPs, right? And then it's going to be going into the charger. The charger, if I'm honest, won't be getting anything done because this car is more important at the moment, right? This is really, really important to get this thing done because I'm trying to showcase this the end of the month. The car's going to have a nice new look. It's still going to have, it's still red, white, and blue. It's just an updated look because I have a bumper now and I never had a hood. If you want to know what happened to the hood popped because these I welded on hood pins and my welds weren't that good and it flew out and then the hood got destroyed. So, overall, though, the car itself performed fantastic for a terrible tune and lackluster stuff, and I'm super excited to get this car back up to speed. And so this month, like I said, we're gonna get the new look done. We get the little stuff taken care of. The car needs to counter steer by the end of tonight. Not tonight. By the end of this month, the car needs to counter steer somehow. Like I need to do a lot. I might have to bite the bullet to get an adjustable. I really don't want to get adjustable anything. I try to keep it really like non-adjustable as much as I can, but I might have to do this. I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna look around Facebook Market and see if anyone's selling something nearby pretty decently. You know, it doesn't have to be brand new. Honestly, the older the better, in my opinion. You know, nothing like a WD-40 can't fix, right? And then another thing too, we're gonna be working on this pan. We're gonna be salvaging this pan. I might even make the pan bigger. Like, the car was low. There's a reason why I like my ride height. I like my ride height because I don't want this to happen. Like, I was, like, the place that I drift at, it's a skid pad, right? And then outside the skid pad, there's rocks. I would go out off the track so many times, and look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is great. And this thing hold. And then the sway bar, the S13 sway bar was rubbing against this thing. I shaved it as much as I could, but I just could not do it. But this oil pan made it. Art, dude, Nissan oil pans is lit, is legit. This thing hold it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm debating on creating a bigger baffle style pan. They do make them, but the people I've been looking at, they're out of stock in the moment, and you know, it'd be really cool to make my own, right? So I'm deciding, if not, I do have a clean oil pan to work with, right? Very clean. That's been donated to my buddy James. Thank you, James, right? So I have a clean oil pan to work with. Oh, yes. Also, that came in the fitting. These are made for the valve cover, so you could put a AN fitting to make it. It's just more of a cleaner look. And you know what? I saw these on sale and I just grabbed them. I don't try to buy stuff brand new nowadays because like I'm trying to do things grassrooted, right? Because you know the name of the game is keep it just cheap, reliable as best as you can. Because when things do go break, they're not gonna cost me a fortune. That's why I love stock stuff. Like I'm big. Like the whole suspension, other than the coilovers, is stock. Rear end is complete stock, other than a spool diff, right? But that's what I'm saying. I really don't want to go adjustable because it kind of ruins the image about it. Because like I want to keep it cheap. Because once I start buying aftermarket parts again, it's not really it's just like a little aesthetic thing about it, right? I have huge pride to use OEM stuff because it's like OEM is so common. So, but pretty much, right? I'm trying to reuse as much as I can because I personally try to go to the pro car route, and at the end of the day, I was broke a lot, was in a lot of debt, and most importantly, the car did not perform the way I wanted it. There was a lot of expectation with no results. So, and I made so much progress with this grassroots route. That's why, I try to be, your favorite grassroots driver. But other than that, I mean, look at her. So beautiful. And like, I just so proud of you. I'm just so proud of you. 2021 is going to be an awesome season. And so are you. I can't wait to actually get my hands to work on you. Like I said, I'm so sorry. I'm like going back and forth. But that block will be sent out hopefully by the end of the month. And so is those internals to get this thing ready. So I would love to have the engine ready for this thing. And then obviously make mounts for it. But like I said, I will release that video as soon as I can, right? But overall, like, a lot of progress made tonight, right? And I can't wait to upload the next video, right? And, dude, honestly, other than that, let's go! Right? So, no, but in any case, right, I want to say thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching, right? And I'll see you next time.